And here we are on day 10. Wow. I've got my Christmassy jammies on, by the way. There's a cat here. There are guinea pigs. And, nearly knocked over my cup of coffee. Dogs. I think there's bunnies somewhere. And they're all wearing Christmas hats. And I really like it. So it's nice to have these on. I've got my Christmas bedding on as well. And most importantly, I have my Christmas Advent Calendar by Skein and the Stitch. Day 10. Oh, let's see what the colourway is. Mirkwood Enchanted River. Oh. Is it going to be a bit murky again? No. I guess Mirkwood's an... Oh, sorry, I should be showing you. Mirkwood's an elven forest, so... Ooh, that is a nice green. A very nice green. I like it. It's got lots of subtle colours running through it. Ooh. And if we pop it up. I got this finished last night. I watched from about 2021, I think. 22 maybe. Junior Bake Off with Harry Hill. That was really funny. Gosh, the kids dropping stuff everywhere though as they put them into the oven and into the fridges and the freezers. That was driving me mad. I was like, no, stop dropping them. Somebody help the children. However, yeah, I just kind of popped my head down, got this crochet. Got a few rounds done on my sock as well, so I'll show you my knitted sock later in the day. But that is going to be really pretty. Liking that. I got one page read in the book, so I've got catching up to do with that today. For those of you that don't know, there's a reading programme that goes along with the Advent Calendar, because the Advent Calendar does take you on a journey right through the story of The Hobbit. And I'm really enjoying it. It's making me read, those pretty much as we're going along, and it's keeping me focused, I guess is the words I'm looking for, and rather than just going, I'll do this some other time, it's making me go, right, I'm going to get this bit read today, although I didn't yesterday, I haven't just said that, but yesterday was really busy. You can go and watch that episode if you haven't yet. Lots going on. Today I've got church in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'm off to visit something interesting, which I'll maybe, depending on how much footage I get, I will see how much I share about that later. I'm just going to keep that up in the air for now. And yeah, maybe some chill time after that. I don't see much else happening the rest of that. Got another Christmassy mug. Have I shown you? I have shown you this one. This is a nice stocking one. It's a good solid one and I like the size. This is my optimal mug size. I think it's about half a pint, I would say. Good strong coffee today. And as I was just picking up my advent calendar and my shawl, I passed by my Swift and I thought I would show it to you. This is a Leica one. It's made from mango wood, and this is what I bought with my Christmas money that I got from my husband's dad. Went to my father-in-law last year, and here it is up. And it's just such a delight to use. It feels beautiful. I've never had a problem with it catching or having any issues. I do use it quite a lot. I've used it for all bar a couple of the mini skeins this Advent. And yeah, it's just lovely. Really, really lovely. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just saw it on the passing and thought, I could show that off. It is around about £50 to £60, so it's an expensive piece of kit, but if you buy a lot of unwound skeins of yarn, this will save you a lot of time and a lot of tangles. So I would recommend, if not this one, then buying yourself a Swift is a jolly good idea. It's just fun. I mean, who doesn't want to just play with that all day? I'm going to go and pop it up, wind today's skein on and get some crocheting done and drink that coffee before I do anything else. My husband and my niece were playing with Moshi Monsters, Go-Go's and some other little Japanese knickknacks here. They enjoyed that. And this is my old house. That's the old school dinner hall and the old school at the very back there. And coming up I have a photo of it as well. I managed to get through the fence. And there's a picture, a bit clearer. Lastly, a selfie of me and my dad. Yeah, so lots going on today. Church was fun this morning, lots of boys and girls. I was in charge of Sunday school and they had fun. They're all pretty hyper about Christmas, so that was good. And we came back, had lunch. My niece came for lunch as well. She was at Sunday school too. She came back with us for lunch, and you saw her and my husband playing with his go-go's and moshlings and other little things. And then shortly after that, my dad picked me up, and we went in his car up to the village that I grew up in, which was fab. You saw the video of my old house. So my bedroom was not the biggest window like this, but the slightly smaller one to the side. And I lived there for, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Early primary years, certainly, and just before that. And I loved growing up there. The garden was fab. We had all the school outhouses. As you can see, it's quite an old building, and there were outhouses to the back that we could play in. And there was the whole of the school playground, because that gate wasn't locked. My friend lived in the manse next door. We were the same age, and there was all her garden. So today we were at a open house thing at the newly converted church. So it was the old church that, you know, served the village for well over 100 years, and it's now no longer a church. It's been bought, and inside, I didn't get any pictures. It felt a bit nosy, a bit cheeky. I didn't take any footage inside, but it's all been converted and it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. So lovely. It's open. It's got underfloor heating. Everyone there. So the guy had invited most of the central part of the village to come and see, because, you know, other than the odd folk here and there, he hadn't really had everyone in. And I had a connection because I'd met him, and we just got talking about New Big and realised that's where he lived. And then I mentioned that my dad was the head teacher there, so he wanted us to come to this open house thing. And of course my dad knew a lot of the folk in the village. They're still there from when he was a teacher, because he's been retired maybe 10 plus years, maybe close to 15. I don't know, something like that. Must be 15. He's been retired. Anyway, so he knew a lot of folk, and he had stories and things to share. And everyone there was saying that it's the warmest that they've ever felt in that building, because they remember stories of being freezing cold with the old pipes that barely heated the place on the floor. But now, even though it's all open, the whole, I can't quite describe it. He had it way open, but on one side he had upstairs bedrooms, and yeah, it's just really, really nicely converted. And that was a lovely little gathering. There were mince pies and mulled wine and all these kind of Christmassy nibbles. A few folk I did remember from growing up in the town, because I've seen them since then as well, because I left when I was maybe around 10 and I moved to the town I'm currently living in. And something else I was going to say. So yeah, that's actually where I went to church first. When I was little, that's where I go to church and to Sunday school. It was pretty much next door. So that the videos and the photos I took of my house, the church was next door. It's a wee road track, and then next door to that. So a lot of memories. It was a really good afternoon. Came back, dark all of a sudden, but I did get my crochet done, and that's about all I've had time for today. Where are we? It's getting big. It's getting hard to find the point I'm at. But this lusher green is what I've just added. This is coming up purple because it's showing the colour of me behind, isn't it? So this green stripe on the edge is what I've just added, and it's really, let's come back. Oh, look, you can see it. It's getting quite big. So it's sitting on the bias, this one, the way I've designed it. It'll be a sort of parallelogram shape, and so we're going to have some quite pointy ends. It's getting harder to show you. Pointy ends. I've not sewn any ends in yet, because there's still a chance that I go, nah, I don't like it, and I want to rip it all out or change it slightly, and that'll just be a pain if I've sewn the ends in. So normally I would have had them all sewn in as I'm going along, but I'm probably going to leave it. I don't see me ripping it out, but there is that slight chance. So I'm not going to make my work even harder by having to deal with ends that have been carefully sewn in. Did a tiny bit of knitting last night. I didn't show you this morning. Well, not too tiny. I did put a stitch marker in, so I did there to the marker. What is it? 7 or 8 rounds, something like that. Well into the foot on my sock. These are the Winter Wonderland socks from Devon with Love, and this is my Christmas project. And they are, yeah, I'm sticking with that in the evenings mostly. I've still not sewn any ends in because it's too dark to work on and get those ends neatly sewn in at night. I tend to get this done first because I think it's following the Advent calendar and it's following the theme of the book, and I want to, this is kind of my priority, if you like, every day. So this is what I'm finishing first, and if there's any time left, I'm moving on to the knitting. So I will go back to knitting this evening, although I am out again, something at church. We've got a little church history talk tonight, and that should be really interesting actually. It's been a series of studies going from church history from the beginning until now, and that's on tonight. So I'm recording this, it's actually before tea. My tummy is really rumbling. It's before dinner. It's about... we turned off our Alexa because my niece was round. She'll just stand at it and say, Alexa, Alexa, this is Santa real? Alexa is... I don't know, all sorts of things. Alexa, there's some really funny ones she asks it, but after a while it gets a little bit annoying. And she's always asking for songs on it, and then she changes them moments in, so we tend to just unplug it. And it's not working today. So that's why I was looking across to see what the time is. It's probably about 5:30 p.m. I'm going to get this uploaded before I get out, and I have now worked out how to schedule them. So that's why they've been coming out quite regularly, about 8:15 in the evening UK time, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'll stick with that. I shall go finish making my dinner. It's a super easy meal. We have some French fries, frozen French fries. I'll just go in the oven. I have some chicken, as we call it, vegan chicken from M&S or Goujon things. They look quite nice, and some corn on the cobs. So a little bit of healthy stuff in amongst that. So easy peasy tea, because it's been a busy kind of day. Go and sort that, and then get uploading, and then I'll be out, and then we're going to crash watch some TV, and I will do some knitting, and then I shall see you again tomorrow for another day of Advent. Hope you're enjoying these. Let me know your thoughts. I've yet to share some more channels with you. I've hardly had any time this weekend to sit and watch through and catch up with some of the new ones that I've been watching. Probably tomorrow. I should have more time tomorrow. I think it's a freer day. So I hope to get that done, and then I will share those with you. So I hope you're all well. Bye for now.